Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is our day 12 and today we are going to learn about break and continue keywords. So, break and continue. Many times we want our loops to stop executing at a specific point, and sometimes we also want to skip an iteration or execution. For that, we use keywords like break and continue. Uses of these keywords: break. A statement is used to break out of the loop, and continue statement is used to return control to beginning of the loop. So without any ado, let's get started and let's see this all in action. Hey guys, so we are back with our computer and today we are going to learn about break and continue keywords. Okay, so as of now we have learned a lot about Python programming. We have learned a lot about loops, while loop and for loop, and increment decrement operators and a lot. So now it's our time to learn something which will help us in loops. Okay, so which will help us in logic building and a lot. Okay, so we are going to use it a lot in Python. So let me just open first of all. Okay, so we have this code. Okay, this code is from my previous video. If you haven't watched it yet, then I will give the link in the I button now. And if you haven't watched my Python playlist, if you haven't accessed it yet, then you can find the link in the description down below. Okay, so with that said, we will continue to break statements. Okay, so now let me erase this code. So now first of all I will create a for loop. So for I in or I will create for letter in, let's say, Python 3. Okay, so first of all I will print this letter. Okay, so with this code, as we know that we will get this python and 3. Okay, so this output. Okay, nothing new in that. So now what we are going to do is we will use a condition. Okay, so we will use if else conditionals. Okay, so I am checking for, okay, I will check that if let's say n, okay, or let's say if what we can do is let us check for if 3 in, okay, sorry, if 3 in letter. Okay, or what we can do is if 3 is equal to letter. Okay, this equal to is a comparison operator which checks for these two strings are equal. So I will check if this 3 is equal to letter, or what we can do basically, if letter is equal to this 3. Okay, so if that's the case, what we want to do is we want to break. Okay, we will use break keyword. So what this break keyword will do is it will be used to break out of this loop. Okay, so if the letter is 3, okay, if the letter is equal to 3, then we will break out of the loop. Or let us say if letter is equal to t. Okay, because there is nothing in front of this 3. So what will happen, we will and what we are doing here is we are printing the letter. Okay, so for first iteration we will print p. Iteration is execution, as we know. Okay, so for first iteration we will print p. For second iteration we will print y, as we know y is not equal to t and not p is equal to t as well. So then we come to this third letter, which is t. Okay, then our if condition takes place. Okay, our condition becomes true. Our condition is letter is equal to t. So our letter is equal to t now, because letter is t here. Okay, so when the letter is t, we are breaking out of the loop. Okay, basically we are jumping out of the loop. So now let me run this code. So as you can see, we just get p and y. We don't get anything in front of this t. Okay, we don't get anything, we don't print anything from this position. Why? Because this t is equal to the letter, and that's why our condition is true. And when we have mentioned that when my condition will be true, just break out of the loop. Okay, so we are breaking out of the loop if the condition is true or the condition is met basically. So now what we have done yet, that we have used this break statement, and with using this break statement we have successfully jumped out of the loop. Okay, so I think you have understood that break statement. If you haven't, then you can rewatch the video. You can simply watch the video from the point where I have written this code. Okay, so now we will move forward to the continue keyword. Okay, so what I will just do, I will keep this break here, and okay, just to wait, I will simply copy this code and I will take this down here, and I will just comment this out. Okay, so now similarly we have the same code here, but now instead of using break, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use something similar, which is continue. Okay, so what this continue will do, so basically we have the same condition here. If letter is equal to t, then we are continuing. Okay, so what this continue will do is it will skip the text, or it will skip the body of the loop for current iteration. Okay, that means it will print p, it will print y, it will skip this iteration. Why? Because we have this continue here. When the continue comes in action, the code in the body of this loop will not get executed, and the code and the loop will move on to the next iteration. So basically just remember that when you use continue, the current iteration will be skipped. Okay, the current iteration will not take action. So now as you know that we will get py, then this letter t is equal to t, our condition is true, our condition is met. Now we have the continue which kicks in here, and due to that what will happen is this t will not get printed, because we are printing this letter which is the body of this for loop. Okay, so don't get confused between these indentations. This code, okay, this is the condition, and this code is part of this code is the part of this if body, and all of this code is part of this for loop. So we have this print not in if, we have this print in this for loop. Okay, the print letter is this line number 10 is body of letter, this print letter is body of for loop. It's not a body of conditional statement. Okay, so what we are doing here, that our condition is met, and then the continue word kicks in, and that's why this code will not get executed, and we directly move on to the next iteration. Okay, so for next iteration we have letter is equal to h, and h is not equal to t. That's why this continue will not get executed, because it is in if condition and the condition is not met. So now what will happen is basically the t letter will get skipped. So as you can see, you get p, you get y, you don't get t, then you get h, o, n and 3 as well. Okay, so what just happened is, with using this continue, the current iteration, the code in the current iteration, the code in the body of for loop just skipped. Okay, our loop just skipped the code in our for loops body. Okay, with using this continue we skipped the code, or basically you can say that with using this continue we moved on to the next iteration without executing the current code. Okay, so just like that, what happened, it is with using this t we skipped one step ahead. Okay, similarly in here what happened was, the thing was in break statement the similar thing was done, but instead of skipping a step we directly jumped out of the loop. Like we printed p, y and t, and then the loop stopped execution because we braked the loop. Okay, so just like that you can use continue and break statements or keywords. Okay, so now moving on to the next part, I will show you some PNG images that I have. So these are the images. So as you can see here, we have a condition. Okay, just like that we had a condition basically. So now when the condition is false, we directly end the loop. That's common, that's no new in that. Okay, so if the condition is false, we directly end the loop, no problem at all. But if the condition is true, we move on to the body of loop, we execute the code in the body, and the loop then again executes. Okay, so just imagine that we have a for loop. Okay, so what happens is or we have a while loop. Okay, with condition I should be less than 100 or I should be less than 10. So now we have a condition that I should be less than 10, I should be less than equal to 10. Okay, so now if the condition is true, basically if the condition is false, if I is greater than 10, then loop will end. But if the I is less than 10, our condition is true. Now we come to the body part or body section. Here what happened is, what we have done so far yet, that we have increased the value of I with 1, we incremented the value of I with 1. So what we are doing here is we are increasing the value of I. Okay, so now we increase the value of I, now I is 2, and our loop, due to as this is a loop, we will move again to the condition. Now condition is I should be less than 10 and I is 2 and it is less than 10. So the condition is true, we move on to the body again, then we go back, we increase the I with 1, so I is 3 now. Then we go back again to the condition is I should be less than 10 and our I is 3, so we move again to the body, and similarly. Okay, so I gets incremented per iteration. So this cycle is called as iteration or one execution. Okay, so now if the break keyword kicks in, okay, when the break keyword kicks in, what happens is we directly end the loop. We don't execute the loop again and again, we directly end the loop, we directly jump out of the loop. Okay, so nothing special here. Just what we do is we directly jump out of the loop at instance when Python sees the break statement. Okay, when break statement is there, the Python will directly jump out of the loop. Python will directly stop the execution of loop. Okay, so this is everything about this break statement. Okay, and you can find this chart in the description, in the links below the description, so you can download these charts from here and you can study them well. Okay, you can study them deep. So now moving on to the next keyword is, this is continue. Okay, so now similarly imagine that we have a condition. Okay, that we have a condition I should be less than 10 and we have another if statement that if I is equal to 5, then we what we do is we continue the loop. Basically we use the continue keyword. So now the condition is I should be less than 10. Okay, so do you think I is less than 10? Yes, it is, because I is initially 0. So our condition is not false. If it is false, then similarly we end the loop, but it is not false currently, it is true. So we move on to the next next part. So we don't have our continue block here. We have condition that if I is equal to 5, then and only then the continue keyword will be executed. Okay, because the continue is in our if block. Okay, basically. So what will happen basically, that our condition is I is less than 10 and I is 0. So we don't have continue. If I is 5, then we have continue only. Okay, so now our loop will our body will get executed. Body is incrementing I by 1, so our I is 1 now. Now we go back to condition, then condition is true because I is less than 10, because 1 is less than 10. So we check that is it do we have continue here. So we don't have, because I is not 5 yet. Then we go down, we increment I with 1, we go back to the condition, 2 is less than 10, so the condition is true. We go back down here, we check for continue, we don't have continue because I is not 5 yet, and similarly this loop will continue. And now if I is equal to 5, okay, so we have a condition that if I is equal to 5, then what we will do is the continue will take place. Okay, so I is still less than 10 and we have true here, but now while checking that continue is there or not, we have found that continue is there because I is equal to 5, so continue strikes in. And when continue strikes in, we don't execute the body of loop. Instead what we do is we directly move on to this condition. Okay, we directly move on to this condition. Now I is let's say what I was 5, now I is 6, we check again. Now we have a condition that I is equal to 5, then and only then the continue will strike in. But now we don't have I is equal to 5, I is now 6, and that's why the loop will continue. So the step where I was printed, okay, the step where I was printed, I is equal to 5 was printed, was not executed. Okay, so that's why what will happen, we print numbers from starting from 1 to 10 except 5. Okay, and in this case what will happen, that if number is 5 we use break, then what will happen, numbers will get printed from 1 to 5. Okay, so now let us go here, back here. Okay, so now here we have used the for loop. Now I am going to use a while loop here. Okay, so let me use while loop. So we have, first of all, we have I is equal to 0, sorry, I is equal to 0, and we have a condition I which should be less than equal to 10. Okay, so I should be less than equal to 10, and now what we will do is we will check, okay, we will check if I is equal to 5. Okay, if I is equal to 5, then what we want to do is we want to break directly, we directly want to break, and else we want to print this I and we want to increment this I with 1. Okay, so that's our code, that's simple basic code. Now we have, so we have a condition here which says I should be less than equal to 10, and initially we have I is equal to 0. So now what will happen is I will be less than 10, and that's why we come to the next line. Here we have checked that I is equal to 5. Currently I is 0 and is not equal to 5, so we directly move on to this line and we print I. So we print 0 and we increment I with 1, so I will become 1. Then we check that is it less than 10, yes it is. But now we will check is equal to 5, no it's not. We print I, we increment it with 1, so now I is 2. Okay, so for I is equal to 2, now what we check again, that is it less than 10, yes it is, and it is not equal to 5, we directly print it. Similarly the execution will continue until and unless I is equal to 5. Okay, so if I is equal to 5, what will happen is we will check that I is equal to 5, so what will happen is it will I is less than 10, so we will move on to next line, we will check for condition, yes it is equal to 5, so we directly break. Okay, and we will print numbers from 0 to 4. So now oops, there is a mistake in my code, break is outside the loop. Okay, so we have this break which is outside the loop. Basically let me check. So we have this for loop here, if condition here, then we have this break inside of this for loop, sorry, while loop here, and then we simply, okay, so I think there was some mistake. Okay, so now let me just run my program again. So as you can see, 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, not 5. Why not 5? Because if I is equal to 5, we are directly breaking out of the loop. If we don't execute this code, we will directly print numbers from 1 to 10, 0 to 10. Okay, as you can see, we are printing numbers from 0 to 10. But as soon as this break statement kicks in, we directly stop the execution. Okay, so okay, yep, okay, so as this break comes in action, we directly stop the loop, we directly stop the execution of loop. Okay, so with that said, we are using this break statement here. Now let's use continue. Okay, so what will happen with using this continue, we will check that I is equal to 0 here and I is less than 10, so we will move on to next line. If it is equal to 5, yes, if it is not, for now it is not equal to 5, it is 0. So what will happen, that we directly will we will print this I. Okay, then this I will be 0 first of all, then we will increment, then I will be 1. We will move on again to this condition. Now I is 1 and it is less than 10, so we will move on to line 3, and in here we will check that is it equal to 5, no it's not, so we will directly move on to line 5 and I will be printed 1 here, and I will be incremented again, and we will again go on here, and like that we will execute the loop. But now if I is equal to 5, what will happen, that if I is equal to 5, let me open the chart here. Okay, so now as you can see here, that if I is equal to 5, we have continue. Okay, so if I is equal to 5, we have continue, yes, and if I was not equal to 5, then we didn't have this continue, we have no here. Okay, and we execute the body. But as soon as we have the continue statement here, then what will happen, this is it will directly go on here. Okay, it will not execute the code from this block. Okay, so let me run this code here. Okay, so as you can see, we have one, let me just save it again and let me run it. Okay, so let me save it and let me run it. So now what is happening here, that we are leading to an infinite loop. Why? Because the body of code is not getting executed. Okay, the body of code is not being executed. What is happening, that from continue we are going again here, and again we are checking for this condition, because I is not incrementing in this condition. So that's why I is repeating like that. Okay, so for this what we need to do is we need to increment I again with 1. Okay, here we need to increment I with 1 here, and then we will use continue here. So that what will happen is we will check that I is equal to 5. Yes, it is. Now we will increment the I first and then we will continue. So that what will happen is we will continue and we will go here. Now I is less than 10. Yes, I is 6 now, and then we will go here. We will check that 6 is equal to 5. No, it's not, and then we will continue to the next line. But if we didn't add this line, if we don't add this line number 4, then what will happen, that our loop will lead to an infinite loop. Okay, and why is that? Because we are ignoring the body of while loop with using this continue. With using this continue, basically we are not executing the body of the code. So that's why we added this line. Now let me run this code, and as you can see, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and except 5 we have directly 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have numbers from 1 to 10 without 5. So just like that, you can use continue and break statements in your programs. So with that said, we have successfully completed our today's video. If you like my videos, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you haven't watched my Python playlist yet, then you can, if you haven't accessed it yet, then you can find the link in description, and you can always find these two PNG files or these two charts in the description below. Okay, so study them well, so you can study them and you can practice in practical. Okay, so don't just study them, you should practice this in in practical. Okay, you should code this. Okay, so try coding it on computer, and if you like my videos, then please add a comment below that I like your videos. Okay, so with that said, we have completed our session, so I will see you in the next video. Thank you.